It is a Friday. Welcome to the Sports Ride. Happy atmosphere again. My name is Kizuke. Let's get to talk about sports on the show. Let's go first into where former Super Eagles winger Tijani Babangida has advised the Super Falcons to forget about the 2023 Women's World Cup and focus on how the team will definitely qualify for the 2024 Olympic Games coming up in Paris. Recall that Nigeria were eliminated from the round of 16 of the competition after losing to three Lionesses of England on penalty shootouts. Now, Super Falcons are expected again to face Ethiopia in the second round of the qualifiers, which will now be holding between October 23rd of October, 31st of 2023. In a chat with reports, Babangida said that the Super Falcons can still rewrite history if they qualify for the Olympic Games. This is not the time for the players to start picking up faults, but an opportunity for them to reassess themselves ahead of the Olympic Games coming from Tijani Babangida. He said they must forget about the 2023 Women's World Cup right there in Australia and New Zealand and focus on how they will beat Ethiopia to qualify for the Games. Then they can think of rewriting history for Nigeria. Africa will be represented by two countries just in the upcoming women's football event at the 2024 Olympic Games, which will be staged in Paris, and that's going to be in France. And we have to wait to know what comes up next to play in that very one. Moving away from that story now, Napoli President Aurelio De Laurentiis have reiterated that the club is not prepared to sell Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen. Recall that the Nigerian international has been linked to a mega move to Saudi pro side to about the Saudi Arabian professional league club Al Hilal after the clubs such as Man United, Chelsea, Bayern Munich and Paris Saint-Germain have initially indicated interest to sign Victor Osimhen. However, in the chat, according to report, De Laurentiis Aurelio stated that the Petinopai will not sell their talismanic forward. Osimhen will stay here. He won't leave. He told the report he's under contract until June 2025. Where should he go? Contract should be respected. We have been on the same page with Osimhen since day one, coming from the president. Don't be worried, he said. So maybe we just might have seen Osimhen stay. Now, Phil Mickelson in the world of golf has replaced bets worth a total of more than $1,000. That's dollar million to say about that man, Phil Mickelson. I'll give you that story again, so you need to understand how it's been and how it's going on right in the world of golf. Now, Phil Mickelson has placed bets worth a total of more than $1 billion during his career, including at a bet again on $400,000 wager on the outcome of the 2012 Ryder Cup. And we have to wait to know. Now, according to excerpts from a forthcoming book published in USA Media on Tuesday, the revelation about Phil Mickelson's betting are contained in Gambler Secrets from a Life at Risk by professional U.S. gambler Billy Walters, a former close associate of the six-time major winner. In our extended excerpts from the book published by the Fair Pitch Collective website on Thursday, Walters detailed frenzied betting by Mickelson over our past 3 decades. A biography of Mickelson published in 2022 by that was the U.S. golf writer Alan Shipnock reported that the golfer has ranked up more than $40 million in gambling losses throughout his career. Mickelson last year acknowledged he has struggled with gambling in the past, describing his betting as reckless and embarrassing, and revealing that he had undergone hundreds of hours of therapy to address the issue. However, Waters said the scale of Mickelson losses has been significantly underreported, and that's just bad. And estimated the golfer had in fact made bets worth more than $1 billion in total. Walker's and Mickelson relationship ruptured when Waters was investigated and subsequently convicted and jailed over an insider trading scam. Mickelson wasn't charged but repaid almost $1 million from money made in the deal. Waters also said in the book he never passed on inside information to Mickelson on the shock deal probed by the authorities. And that's just for Phil Mickelson in the world of golf. Now, talk about tennis. Come with me, let's go there. Daniil Medvedev had cut match 3 continued on Thursday with a 6-4, 6-4 victory over Lorenzo Musetti at the ATP Toronto Masters. Second seeded Medvedev dispatched the number 19 Italian in the 93rd minute with 3 breaks of nerve and of serves, pushing his tour leading number of hard-cut match win to 31 with just 3 defeats. The 2021 Toronto champion is chasing his 6th title of 23 and his 5th on the hard court. Now, there was disappointment, however, for third-seeded Casper Ruud, who came up just short in his bid to battle past Alejandro Davidovich Fokina, Hoppo with the upset 7-6, 7-4, 4-6, 7-6, 7-4. World number one Carlos Alcaraz was beaten for last 8th place later, facing the third round match with Poland Hubba. Medvedev said that despite the relatively straightforward score, blustery wins gave him some problems against Musetti. Now, Norway's Ruud Kasper served for victory against Devinovic Fokina at 5-4 in the third set, but dropped his serve in the clutch moment. The Spaniard also took the set into a tiebreaker and finished off the upset after 3 hours on court. The 77th ranked Spaniard into fourth career quarterfinal at the Masters 1000 level. Now, ending his 5th career defeat of a top 10 player, Casper Ruud saved 2 points match in the tiebreaker before scrambling to an opponent who finished with 49 winners and 56 on forced errors. The match was paused for an hour and 3/4 hours in the second set before Devinovic Fokina booked a quarterfinal clash with American Mackenzie Donald, and who beat Canada's Milos Raonic 6-3, 6-3, and that's just what it is in the world of tennis. Sounds to be many news in one. So many news, he called me at some point stuttering, But what's funny, we already know this tennis world looks very high, and anybody knows at this point you have to talk about the number one, and that man is just Carlos Alcaraz, the Spanish international, happens to be the number one in the world of tennis. So far, no one has taken that position away from him, and we're still looking out to know who's going to break away record, taking it away from this young man who is currently 20, plays for the Spanish side, and also a wonderful tennis player. Talk about Carlos Alcaraz. Not long, we talked about this young lad who won, Djokovic, the Serbian international, who is 36, but now you've seen him in the game again, doing so well for himself. But Daniil Medvedev, is in the news. Now, away from that quickly, let's talk about football. Bayern Munich just came, France defender Benjamin Pavard has been linked with a move to Premier League side, Manchester City, and also Manchester United. But United seems to be the closest in this summer transfer window. Now, former United captain Harry Maguire looks set to join West Ham on the club to see Pavard as an ideal replacement for him. According to Manchester Evening News, the Hammers talk about West Ham have an agreement in principle to sign Maguire from Manchester United in a £30 million deal. Pavard also would most likely play with Diogo Dalot and Aaron Wan-Bissaka in the defensive department if he is eventually acquired from Bundesliga champion Bayern Munich. United also, you need to know, have made some other signings this summer window with the likes of Andre Onana from Inter Milan, Mason Mount from Chelsea, Rasmus Højlund from Atalanta. Pavard joined Bayern Munich from German outfit VfB Stuttgart in January 2019. He signed a 5-year contract with the club. Last season, he scored 4 goals and made 1 assist in 30 Bundesliga matches. We wait to know what comes up next. Harry Kane also might be having a close move, just maybe, just so maybe. It looks very dicey. But now Man United trying to re-strategize, trying to get to bring in some players who will give them squad depth. If Benjamin Pavard, 2018 World Cup winner with France national side, happens to make that move, then I'll let you know it will be a very massive squad depth for Manchester United, because every time over time I've really been talking about he want to have a squad depth. He feels to be on a project. The Dutchman has been keen on this young French man. I don't want to really say young, but his experience, and he's brought a whole lot of hard work to his team. He want to walk up at a very young age, play for Bayern Munich, signed from VfB Stuttgart, and right now maybe just might have a new signing for Manchester United. But let's see how that plans out. Now, moving on away from that story, Real Madrid have engaged in talks with former Manchester United goalkeeper David De Gea following the news of Thibaut Courtois ACL, that's anterior cruciate ligament injury. 90 minutes understands. A country report says Courtois suffered a devastating injury in training just days before the 23-24 league season is due to begin, with Madrid now facing Athletic Club with San Mames. Logic indicates that the Belgian is likely to miss most of the event in all the campaign. While he recovers, Andre Lunin will get the nod to deputize for now, but the 24-year-old Ukrainian is the only other goalkeeper in the first team squad, and this is a problem. The next most senior goalkeeper at the club is 21-year-old Lucas Canizares, who has never made a first team appearance but was on the bench in various competitions in a handful of times last season. Now, David De Gea is currently on a free agent move after leaving Man United when his contract there expired at the end of the season. That's for June. The 32-year-old has had interest from Saudi Pro League side, while he also have appeared on Bayern Munich radar after Jan Sommer left to replace Andre Onana at Inter Milan. But Real Madrid have spied up an opportunity that suits their needs. Talks of contract has been made with David De Gea's representative, and talks are really ongoing at the moment, really progressing. We just remember saying that, man, make that move. You know, this guy is a great goalkeeper. David De Gea, majority, I think majority of Manchester United fans in the country are not really, talk about Nigeria to be exact, are not really happy the way he left. Maybe even want to leave not in the right way. He didn't leave in the right way. They feel, not me saying though, I'm not a Manchester United fan, but they believe he should have stayed more, or even if he's going to leave, give him that due respect. Don't forget, David De Gea is the last man in the squad that happens to be in the era of Sir Alex Ferguson, legendary of the club. But right now, as I talk to you, Thibaut Courtois, the Belgian international, is injured, and that injury doesn't look like an injury that we might see him come to play in the next 1 month. So, as it stands now, Real Madrid is a very big club. They need a goalkeeper who can man the post. They need a very big name who can stand out there for the club. Now, moving on to Real Madrid story as well. Real Madrid goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois has been ruled out, like I made you understand, for the rest of the season after sustaining a gruesome injury during the warm-up session, according to Athletic Club to say. So it's an ACL injury, and we just have to wait to know if it's really going to derail for the Spanish international. Now, Real Madrid have got a whole lot of signing. The midfield looks to be filling. The midfield looks to be a very, very okay side where they've got players in the likes of, Ada Gola. They've got, Aurelien Tchouameni. They've got, another wonderful man in the midfield as well, Jude Bellingham. That midfield looks to be restructured, and we just might be saying that first game will be against Athletic Bilbao, which many call Athletic Club, but they would have to be without Thibaut Courtois. However, Real Madrid coach Carlo Ancelotti has drawn up a list of top goaltenders to replace Courtois as David De Gea, Kepa Arrizabalaga, and Yassine Bonu making the list of options. Courtois moved to Real Madrid from Premier League side Chelsea back in the summer of 2018. He signed a 6-year contract with the Los Blancos. He made 31 La Liga appearances for Real Madrid last season. Los Blancos also finished second in La Liga with 78 points from 38 matches in the division, and that's it for Thibaut Courtois. Now, moving on, France defender Benjamin Mendy is reportedly suing his former club Manchester City for over $11.5 million in unpaid wages. According to reports, Mendy, who was recently cleared of rape, assault, and theft, and also rape charges, claims he is owed £9 to £10 million gross by City. Mendy accountant told the High Court in London that the player's agent is in negotiation with City to get the back pay on the basis that he has been found not guilty. He said City had not paid Mendy since September 2021 when he was suspended by the club after the charges against him were announced. Mendy, who is now playing for Liga 1 side FC Lorient, wears the number 5 shirt, is also selling his house in Cheshire to avoid bankruptcy as he owes almost £800,000 in tax debt to HM Revenue and Custom HMRC, the court head. He joined Man City back in 2017 from Monaco for a reported fee of £52 million, making him the world's most expensive defender at that time. He won 3 Premier League titles with City under manager Pep Guardiola. He made 75 appearances for City in all competitions, scoring 2 goals and providing 14 assists. Mendy was accused of raping or sexually assaulting 6 women between October 2020 and August 2021 at his home or in a nightclub. He denied all the charges and was found not guilty of 6 counts of rape and 1 of the sexual assault by a jury at the Chester Crown Court last month. This is just, it's a crazy one. It's actually a crazy one. What do I say about this? Pay him his money, of course. He's found not guilty, and of course he is innocent, pleaded innocent to be. So Man City will definitely have to, get a good lawyer and your money will be paid to you. It's so, I don't want to say the club did not do right by owing or holding his money. He was facing trials. It's ideal they do what they need to do or what they need to do, but at the moment he's been crowned, he's innocent, so it's advisable that Manchester City get to pay him his money. Now, Pep Guardiola says it will be impossible for Man City to repeat last season's treble-winning campaign. The season won the Premier League, Emirates FA Cup, and also UEFA Champions League last season. Manchester City will begin their new campaign with an away fixture against Burnley at the Turf Moor on Friday, which is today. Now, Guardiola signed one fans not to expect a repeat of the record-breaking season. And let me quote the Spaniard. He said, "I think it will be impossible to do what we have done last season." Guardiola told a news conference on Thursday, "It's once in a lifetime." I said to the players, forget about it. We climbed to the highest mountain last season with what we have done. But the last 2 days, we came down from the mountain and we start from there. There will be a lot of difficulties to climb the mountain as high as possible. Our football, our behavior, our mentality will dictate how the season will be in football. And in sports, he said, what we have done remains in our heart and our minds. How nice it was, but it's over. So quickly, let me talk about the game coming up tonight. Don't miss out. Pep Guardiola's side will be with his former captain, Vincent Company. A very big game that I really anticipate to see. Craving to wait to know how it will really pan out. Pep Guardiola is masterclass. He's grown a whole lot of managers who have come under his regime. Worked under him. The likes of Patrick Vieira, the likes of, the man doing well at Bayer Leverkusen. Talk about, the former Liverpool guy, Xavi Alonso. Now, Vincent Company, Mikel Arteta, all of these managers went through the school of Pep Guardiola and they were bringing out different stuff. But tonight happens to be a very big game because it's tough more, not Etihad. And I know that game will be a very big game to see. Everybody get glued to your TV at that point. Don't miss a thing on that very game. It will be City going away from home. Pep Guardiola, I don't want to know if he's playing a mind game or if he's saying it right, but he said it, that tonight's game will be a very big cracker, and let's not hope so much to see City get to play on the treble. It's about Vincent Company making us know that, yes, I'm equal to the task to play the Premier League. He did well with Burnley in the Championship. But at this point, it is time for me to call it a wrap on the show. Hopefully tomorrow, I beg your pardon, I'll be back on Monday to give you every other sporting news the way it needs to go. But for now, stay safe out there. Don't change that. I'll leave it this way. We've got so much interesting programs coming your way very, very soon. It's a Friday. Make sure you're in a good, safe place, and also make sure you do it right. My name is Kizuke. Save. Bye-bye for now.